Yo, what's going on with y'all? It's your boy NeoXO, and today I'm gonna be talking some more about the Inuyasha sequel that was announced on Friday. So pretty much more information has come out, and I just wanted to update you guys. The last video did pretty well, got a lot of thumbs up, a lot of comments, and it seems like a lot of people are very interested in this, and I'm happy for that because, you know, I always thought it was kind of like a niche community. Like, I didn't know how many people really still care for Inuyasha, and I'm glad that I'm not alone, and a lot of people still really like the series. But anyways, let's get into some information. Be sure to subscribe too if you like Inuyasha. But yeah, let's get into the information that I got for y'all. So obviously, first and foremost, it seems like the main characters are gonna be, you know, the kids. It doesn't seem like the main characters are gonna be Inuyasha and Kagome. It seems like they're gonna take more of a backseat, and it seems like the kids are gonna be the main focus. And, you know, every once in a while we're gonna see Inuyasha and Sesshomaru, Kagome, but they're not gonna be a main focus. Like, we're not gonna see them every episode. And I just want to give my opinions on that. I think that's a really good thing because we already got the story of Inuyasha and Kagome and Sesshomaru. So this is going to be the story about their kids, and you don't want to, you don't want to mess up what they already had going. They already had they had the climax, the conclusion. The Inuyasha's story is over. This is the story of his kids. So it seems like the name of this show is going to be Yashahime, Princess Half Demon. That's a pretty good name. Like, I'm like really happy of that name because it doesn't have anything with Inuyasha. So what I mean by that is this show is going to be able to stand on its own, and that's a good thing. You want a show to be able to stand on its own because we already know most of you watching this are Inuyasha fans, so we're automatically going to watch it. But you also got to realize, for a show to be successful, you have to bring in a new audience. And a lot of people haven't seen the original Inuyasha. So if this show is able to stand on its own, that means it's going to have a new story and it's going to be fresh. That means that new people can come into this show and support it without even having to watch the original. So in my last video, I said I didn't know if this was going to be coming out this year or next year. And it seems like this is going to be coming out this year in the autumn. Thank you to someone who commented on my last video. That information came out a little later. So it seems like it's going to be coming out in 2020 in the fall. So a lot of the jazz stuff was in Japanese, so I couldn't translate it. But it seems like people have translated it now, and, you know, we get more information. It seems like in the last video too, I said that I don't know if it's going to be a manga or a movie or an anime. And fortunately, this seems like it's going to be an anime, so an anime series. So we're gonna get a bunch of episodes. Ideally, I would want at least like 25 to start off with. I feel like 25 would be a good amount, and then if it's successful, hopefully they renew it for another season and we get more than 25. Maybe it'll be, you know, let me know how much y'all want it to be, because I really don't know. Like, I feel like 25 would be good. I feel like that would be good enough to, you know, progress the story and stuff like that. It don't seem like it has a manga or nothing like that. It seems like it's just gonna be anime original. For you, I've been in the anime community for a really long time. Like, I've been watching anime since I was a kid. So it seems like a lot of anime that are anime originals turn out to be not good. Now, that's not what I'm saying about this. I'm just letting you know the information. You know, I'll be doing a disservice to you to not knowing. Like Boruto, for example, a lot of people don't like the Boruto anime because the Boruto anime is anime original. That means pretty much like it doesn't have a story it's based on. It's just, they're like, okay, we're gonna make a show not based on any story, pretty much. So hopefully this turns out to be good, even if it's an anime original, because, you know. But segueing into my next point, like, it's from Studio Sunrise, so they made Inuyasha the final act. If you guys like that one, you know, cause that was like pretty much the last series of Inuyasha that we got. Inuyasha final act. Sunrise Studio is the ones responsible for that, and they also did Gintama. Gintama is another famous anime in the community, Is I never watched it, but I heard about it a lot. So that's saying something. Like if you hear about an anime but you didn't even watch it, that means a lot of people must enjoy it. But yeah, it seems like the main characters are gonna be Sesshomaru's kids, because one of them loses their memory, and it seems like they're gonna go on a quest to like find it. I like that because Inuyasha was the main character last time, so Sesshomaru gets like a bigger focus. So like now they're like equals. You know what I mean? If they both have a main focus, it makes them like equals. It doesn't make Sesshomaru like a second rate or anything. It makes them equal, and I like that. One of the girls a lot of people were talking about was, I think her name is Tawa Higurashi, and she looks like a boy. Everybody was talking about that. I think it's pretty cool. I don't have anything with like gender norms. I don't care about gender norms or anything like that, so I don't mind that she looks like a boy. I think it's cool. She stands out. Like I know she stands out for a fact because people were talking about it. I mean, nobody would talk about it if she didn't stand out. It seems like the other one, Setsuna, she was raised by Kohaku, and yeah, Kohaku was a kid in the original. So it seems like they all progressed. So he's an adult now. Obviously, we see more. We got to see more character designs, and I really like the character designs. We like the concept art and stuff like that. They look really good. We can see. I think her name is Setsuna. I might be getting the names mixed up. I'm trying my best not to, but this is all very new to us. It seems like she got the fur. I really like that. And then, like I said earlier, Tawa seems to be, well, even if I get the name wrong, I'll put a picture on the screen so you know exactly who I'm talking about. But Tawa seems like the one that looks like a boy, and I mean that's cool, man. Like nothing's wrong with that. So I'm gonna just see. Let me read the plot. So pretty much, this is, I believe, it was translated into English from Japanese. So the daughters of Sesshomaru and Inuyasha set out on a journey transcending time. In feudal Japan, half-demon twins Tawa and Setsuna are separated from each other during a forest fire. While desperately searching for her younger sister, Tawa wanders into a mysterious tunnel that sends her into present-day Japan, where she is found and raised by Kagome, brother Sota, and his family. So that's pretty much telling us the plot right there. We didn't really get the plot earlier. Information kind of comes out slower at a slower rate, but it was hype. It was hype yesterday. It was trending on Twitter, man. Like I should have took a screenshot of that, but Inuyasha was trending on Twitter. Like, you guys really love the Inuyasha series. This is a great series, man. I'm happy that it's coming back because this was my childhood. Like I said, I seen it on Toonami and I was hooked ever since then. But 10 years later, the tunnel that connects the two eras has reopened, allowing Tawa to be reunited with Setsuna, who is now a demon slayer working for Kohaku. But to Tawa's shock, Setsuna appears to have lost all memories of her older sister. Joined by Moroha, the daughter of Inuyasha and Kagome, the three young women travel between the two eras on an adventure to regain their missing past. So there you go, guys. That's the story of Yashahime, Princess Half Demon. That's a fire name. I like the name of the series. But so that pretty much was all the information that we have on it so far. So for this next part of the video, I'm gonna just talk about a lot of my opinions. So I've seen a lot of people comparing this to Boruto. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Boruto. If you're already subscribed to my channel, you know about Boruto because I cover Boruto. But for those of you who don't know Boruto, it's like the sequel to Naruto. And if you like anime, you know what Naruto is. So Naruto ended and it had a sequel called Boruto, and people keep comparing this to Boruto. I don't think that's a fair comparison. I think we need to not compare this to, anything. I don't believe in this comparison. I think we shouldn't compare it, at least right now. I think it's too early because I don't think you should compare a show whenever it's not even released yet. So this show is not even released, so I don't think you should compare it to anything. I think this show is going to be amazing, and pretty much, if you want to compare it to a show, I say compare it to Inuyasha Final Act because it was made by the same studio. You know what I mean? So that actually makes sense. You can't compare two shows really that aren't even made by the same studio. But honestly, this seems like it's really being handled really well, because if it's trending on Twitter, that means pretty much everybody is liking it. Not necessarily. It could have been trending for a bad reason, but in this case, it was trending for a good reason because I went and I looked at everybody's tweets and stuff like that. And everyone was loving it, man. And I was like, it made me really happy because this is one of my favorite series growing up. This is one of the, you know, anime that got me into anime. I even played the game on the PlayStation 2. I believe it was called like Inuyasha Feudal Combat. Like I put so many hours into that game. I also want to touch on the characters designs. I touched on it a little bit earlier. They really look good. They look really good. The concept of this show is really, really good. Everything seems to be going just fine. And I'm really excited. Like, hopefully you guys are excited because I think it's going to be turning out really good. And that's really, I could keep going on and on, but that's pretty much what I'm going to say. I think it's going to turn out good. You guys make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one.